Pushing people away.
It's free 99.
Because I think I'm unworthy of love.
It's free and you can also die alone. Guys, what is avoidant attachment? And is it necessarily a bad thing or is it a good thing? In the end, right, what we all want to achieve is secure attachment.
You know, people will let me down. I might as well avoid them to avoid being hurt. Maybe their caregivers didn't show love or care consistently. Maybe they were more neglected. Even if they do appear to be avoidant, that there's still this internal yearning to be loved. They've become so used to not, receiving it that they just push it away when it's there. We're literally not capable of living alone.
Yeah.
Literally, we need other people to survive. Clicky, clicky. Move back.
Hello, welcome to another Cozy Psych video.
Welcome back to Cozy Psych. You know what time it is? Oh, he's making an appearance. It's dog time.
It's baby time.
It's Cozy Psych time.
No! Dang it.
Welcome.
We were too distracted by the cuteness to be out of sync.
He's a little scruffy. He's getting groomed tomorrow. But hey, hello everyone. This is Hero.
He's the dark horse of our establishment in Cozy Psych.
What do you have to say about Cozy Psych?
Yes, he loved it. He loves it very much.
That was a scream of approval.
He actually subscribes and likes because he supports our engagement.
He supports us because he's very demure and he's very mindful about that.
Oh well. If you want to check out our video on that, we talk about the demure and mindful and also the brat trend.
Yeah. So check that out. Here at Cozy Psych, we like talking about
everyday
fun
casual conversations.
things, pop culture, psychology,
and
always through a psychological lens.
Yeah.
But it is still a cozy and a fun way because who are we again? We are graduate
clinicals, interns.
Yeah,
and we're currently seeing clients and to finish our hours because we are in our 4th year and just a little bit more we can take our
4th year
boards.
grad school, that's what she means, and then we're going to take up our boards and then we're finally going to become licensed psychologists.
And we can finally get paid. Maybe.
Yes, of course, that's all Bella cares about. All right, so if you guys are into like this really like cool, casual, comfy, fun vibe, at least that's what we hope we are, then consider being part of our community. Kindly like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to us. Every single subscription and like really and comment means a lot to us. We're still new, so help us. I hope you guys can help us grow.
It does. Really, I just wanted to, I guess, do a simple react video. So we usually do a lot of videos on discourse. Yeah, so this
Literature.
time, let's do a react video. Because I always have this dude, this one guy, I forgot his name. What's his name again? And he always comes up on my feed.
Bella sends me
I send her all of these psych things that I see online. And his name is Ramalao. Yeah, so he always comes up on my feed and he always talks about these super funny psych experiences, but in a funny way. So I wanted to see Celine's reaction to it, and I guess we can talk about it a bit. What do you think of it? Is it something that you've encountered, and do you have any thoughts about this kind of topic? Yeah. Right. So.
Okay, we watch it now.
Go watch it.
Go watch it now.
Go watch it.
Put it on the screen too while at the same time.
Afraid people might leave you? Try pushing people away! Now I get to push people away before they get a chance to leave on me. Some call it trauma. I call it defense mechanism. With pushing people away, I get to gaslight myself into thinking I'm just protecting myself from future hurt, when actually I just feel unworthy of their love.
Escándalo. What's a good reason to push people away? All of the above.
With pushing people away, you can also get
trust issues, false sense of control, believing you're not worthy of love, building up walls around yourself,
and if you're lucky,
dying alone.
The best part about it, it's free 99. So what are you waiting for? Start pushing people away and pretend it hurts less this way. A today.
It's free 99, I will say.
It is free 99.
It's a way to protect yourself if no one else is there to protect you.
I think perhaps you were drawn to this video because it's also a self defense mechanism that you employ,
He has so many, and it's so funny.
that
And
you particularly use.
I always send them. I always send them to Selena, and I wanted to show her because I just love the way that he kind of talks about these things in a way that it's humorous, but it also kind of brings up a lot of the maybe how we deal for a lot of people,
Yeah.
how we deal with these things, especially for people who are avoidant. So if you
Yeah.
can tell, right, that was definitely
It is, but you know what? The fact that he's making jokes like that tells me that he's been through therapy.
he's definitely been through therapy.
Because like he's aware. He's aware that he's pushing people
yeah.
away at the expense of these things.
he uses I guess his platform to talk a lot about these maybe the things he's gone through in therapy, right? But in a way that that he's informed because he uses a lot of terminology, right? And really he's showing in this video like clearly a defensive way of coping against emotional pain, right? Especially when it comes to love. So essentially it is an avoidance style of attachment. So for those who don't really know about attachment styles, maybe a lot of you do, because I do believe like a lot of people are more aware of these things nowadays.
Yeah.
So
like, what is avoidant attachment?
yeah. So attachment styles, right, is something that we studied, something discussed by John Bowlby, right? So they talk about how we attach to our caretakers and how that kind of translates as we grow up into and start connecting with other people,
Yeah.
especially romantically.
Yeah, because when we're born into this world, we are immature and dependent on others for our survival. So it's only natural that humans create an attachment or develop an attachment towards their primary caregiver or the person that literally gives them food and affection. All of these things that help us grow into a well-developed and adjusted human. Now there are different, like John Bowlby, as Bella said, found that children exhibit
A few kinds.
of
specifically.
attachment styles like secure,
Secure, anxious,
anxious, avoidant.
Yeah. Basically, we all strive to achieve maybe secure attachment style because that's essentially the healthiest way of attaching to a person. It's the idea of secure attachment is you still connect to someone without losing yourself as a person, right? You're both individual beings who are connected to each other,
Yeah.
and essentially you're keeping your distinct uniqueness while still being connected.
Yeah. And I think one of the defining of secure attachment styles, the defining characteristics of people with secure attachment styles is they're comfortable both with giving affection and asking for affection. They are the types of people usually who have been shown consistent care, both physically and emotionally, consistently when they were young. So they've come to expect in adult relationships that people will treat them this way, that when they have a need, when they need to be
It will be fulfilled.
when they need to feel connected, it will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And but then there are people who don't, who develop an insecure attachment style in the sense where, maybe their caregivers didn't show love or care consistently. Maybe they were more neglected. Maybe they were shown it like
They were
like
left
on off, like
yeah.
an on off switch.
They were left alone, but then when their caregiver is there, then they are given a lot of love. But then when they're gone, then they're essentially maybe they felt neglected in those times. So
Yeah.
that is someone who would develop insecure attachment, right?
So you can mainly swing in two types of, like, you can be more anxious where you
constantly need reassurance.
reassurance and what's this, like, you constantly like need to be in your partner, be with your partner.
Yeah. Just to make sure that they're there, because of course the idea was maybe when they're young there were times when they felt neglected, they felt alone. So to prevent that or to overcome that feeling, they need to constantly see their partner.
Yeah, they need to literally be attached. They're very anxiously attached. And people who are avoidant, which is the topic of today, really, right? Like, avoidant attachment, they tend to appear a little bit aloof, right, Bells?
It's a way of, again, like what they mentioned in the video, it's a way of protecting yourself, because maybe growing up you learned that oh, instead of needing someone, I only
Yeah.
need myself.
Yeah, like
Right.
maybe you interpreted the lack of care unconsciously given by
Yeah.
your caregiver
As a weakness.
as a way. No, as a way also, like, people will let me down. I might as
Yeah.
well avoid them to avoid being hurt.
Yeah.
I might as well avoid intimacy in general to avoid being hurt. So that's where you
Yeah.
start. That's where like the
Pushing
TikTok
people
comes in.
away.
Pushing people away.
It's free 99.
Because I think I'm unworthy of love. It definitely seems like this guy has like, whether he's been through therapy or he has some idea of where his avoidant attachment is coming from. But what's the question here, right, Bells? Like, is it a good thing, or rather like, what were you curious about?
I just wanted to show it to you just so we can, I don't know, I feel like it's such a nice video of also a way to digest and like, or at least visualize what is avoidant attachment, and is it necessarily a bad thing or is it a good thing? In the end, right, what we all want to achieve is secure attachment, because in the end that's the healthiest way. You're not afraid of asking for love, you're not afraid of looking for love or giving love, right? That's what we all kind of inside,
Yeah.
that's what we encourage, because again, right, I think in the ending of the video he was like, the consequences of not looking for love is it's free and you can also die alone.
I think one of the things that are important for people to know, that like, even if, let's say, someone appears to be aloof or detached from you, that essentially, even attachment styles prove this, and attachment research has proved this, that even if they do appear to be avoidant, that there's still this internal yearning to be loved. They're pushing people away, not because they have a lack of love or lack of need for love. They still have it. It's just that they don't know. They've become so used to not, receiving it, that they just push it away when it's there. So, it's something definitely to think about. When you encounter these people in person, we also have to consider there are people who also need connection and love and intimacy. They're
are
not
just people.
necessarily just robots.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't mean, let's say if you're trying to be in a relationship with one, there are definitely ways to learn healthier attachment. But let's say if you're a very anxiously attached person and or even a securely attached person, and you're trying to date or get to know
Someone
an
who's
avoidant
avoidant.
person, while it's good to stand your ground and teach people, model new ways
of
of
attachment.
attachment, that they can consistently rely on you to be there when they need you. Maybe they didn't learn that in childhood, so they're learning it now. But if it's a constant struggle for you, you're dating and this person is constantly pushing you away, well, it's good to understand where they're coming from.
But also knowing what your limits.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can, essentially, if you're trying to be their therapist or that model of attachment that they never had, understandable that if you love them, you would want to do that. But also, there is a point where it can be hard on you, right? So understanding to what extent you can do that for, and then also maybe you can also reach out to professional help. That's what therapy is for. That's what professional psychologists train for, to be able to provide that service, so that you yourself don't have to be the one unpacking their childhood trauma.
Yeah, because that's not on you to do alone. It can get a little too murky down there. It can get a little too...
It can be heavy.
yeah, it can be heavy. And there are things we
Even-
need help with.
Even for us, right? And we're currently...
Yeah, and we're in the process of training, and we've had
We've had clients.
years of education to even get up to this point
We
where
can
we
still
can
be
finally
heavy.
face clients. And so imagine that, like, you, as much as you might love this person and want to help fix them, you might not necessarily be equipped to help them through everything or help them solve everything.
And you don't have to be.
And you shouldn't.
You don't have to be. You have support out there, and I hope that this video will also encourage you to use your resources out there to be able to seek help, so that you don't have to carry everything on your own.
Yeah.
Again, like what Ramalao said, it's childhood trauma. It is a trauma response, and it doesn't mean that they're incapable of change, but you don't have to be the one taking on that responsibility yourself,
Yeah.
right?
And to the people who may be watching who might have avoidant attachment, what can we recommend to these people?
It's okay. It's okay that, you know, this essentially this is just our way of responding, right? Understanding that maybe we just didn't know another way.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Some self-compassion.
yeah, have some self-compassion and some empathy for yourself that maybe no one taught you another way.
Yeah.
Right? You taught this yourself, and that was how you grew up.
Yeah.
So in a sense that you are self-taught, but also knowing that there are other resources to help you break out of this pattern if you feel like it's starting to be debilitating.
Yeah. Like, for example, you know, is it really healthy to repress your need for connection and love? Is it how has that been working for you? All of those times of pushing people away, has it made you feel better about yourself? Has it made you feel better about life in general? Has it improved your well-being? And if not, then those are definitely signals
That's a signal
maybe
that
you
maybe
should
you need help
yeah, you might need help
or
exploring.
further support.
Definitely. It would be really like beneficial to explore these like experiences that have led up to your attachment style, you know, with a professional who knows how to handle this.
Yeah, or help you navigate, because of course in the end, again, we are social beings. We don't always have to do everything on our own.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. We're literally not capable of living alone.
Yeah.
Literally, we need other people to survive. Like literally to even like eat, you know, like get everything that we need to exist as a human. You literally need other people to survive. So maybe we shouldn't be in
hard on
denial of that. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something about yourself, or something about maybe if you have a partner, a son or daughter, or someone close to you who's struggling with maybe this kind of attachment style, and maybe you're struggling because of it. Hope you learned something. I hope that you find available resources around you to help you out and help your loved one navigate through this. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. And
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video.
have a
and
cozy day ahead.
cozy day ahead.